Good evening, everybody. My name's Nikki Vincent and I'm the CEO of the Leaders Institute of South Australia, which is jointly hosting this event this evening with the University of Adelaide's Environment Institute. The mission of the Leaders Institute is developing wiser leaders for South Australia. We do this through our unconventional and experiential programs, particularly our flagship program, the Governor's Leadership Foundation, which you've just seen. And these programs combine the development of knowledge, self-awareness, experience and intuitive understanding, along with a capacity to apply these qualities well towards finding solutions to problems. Our partner for this event, the Environment Institute, brings together leading research groups at the University of Adelaide in the fields of science, engineering, economics and social science to tackle some of the world's most serious environmental challenges facing Australia and the world. Climate change is one such challenge. Climate change is an adaptive problem, not a technical one. Adaptive problems are tangled, complex and involve multiple systems. Solving them requires new learning, creativity, innovation, new patterns of behaviour and changes of heart and mind, painful adjustments. Technical solutions, that is applying knowledge that we already have, even if it's state of the art, will only provide a partial solution. If adaptive problems are treated with technical solutions, they'll just keep rearing their ugly head again and again. Being able to recognise an adaptive problem as distinct from a technical problem is the work of leadership. Mobilising people to make progress on adaptive issues is the work of leadership. But whose work is leadership? Many of us seem to believe and behave as if leadership is somebody else's work, that there are right answers on every issue and that there are clear formula for success in every pursuit, and that these answers and formula are held by people other than ourselves who will lead us to salvation from our problems. For me, this seems like a cop-out, a way of escaping from our own responsibility and expecting the real thinking, problem-solving and action to happen from others, particularly in this case of climate change, our politicians. Unfortunately, if leadership is about mobilising people to address their adaptive challenges, then looking to politicians creates a paradox. Addressing such problems will, as I mentioned before, require adaptation, making painful adjustments, difficult changes of heart and mind and behaviour. But as Ron Heifetz, a Harvard professor, has noted, we rarely elect people into positions of authority to confront us with difficult questions and to disturb our jobs or our lives. We want them to fix the problems without causing us any pain. Otherwise, we'll smother them in vitriol and throw them out of the next election. Unfortunately, under the weight of this responsibility, those in authority end up faking it, watering down the action, or simply finding a technical solution as a temporary quick fix. This is why we see so much more routine management in our society rather than leadership. Overcoming climate change will be the greatest challenge we've ever faced. It will require changes of hearts, minds and behaviour. This is new ground for everyone, including our political leaders. All adaptive problems present new ground for us. It's going to take all of us to tackle this, not just politicians. There's no silver bullet. We will make mistakes along the way and it'll be hard on all of us. We're all going to have to give something up. And I don't mean the equivalent of a cost of cup of tea in a cafe or any other of the economic measures about climate change. But in the giving up, there's liberation, there's creativity, there's new and exciting opportunity. And this is what I hope we're going to hear about this evening. To that end, we've got a fantastic panel of guest speakers and a wonderful facilitator who I'd like to introduce to you. Senator Penny Wong, Minister for Finance and Deregulation in the Gillard Labor Government. Andrew Stock, Director of Executive Projects at Origin Energy. David Klingberg, Company Director, also former Chairman of the Premier's Climate Change Council and the Leaders Institute of South Australia, and former Chancellor of UniSA. The Right Honourable Stephen Yarwood, Lord Mayor of Adelaide. Professor Mike Young, Executive Director of the University of Adelaide's Environment Institute. David Knox, Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director of Santos. And to facilitate the discussion tonight, the fabulous Annabelle Crabb, political commentator, the ABC's chief online political writer and popular TV and radio star. Thank you all, and over to you, Annabelle.
Thank you, Nikki, and thank you for your wildly generous over-promotion there. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's terrific to see such a huge turnout in what someone who hasn't lived in South Australia for a little while still feels might be an extreme weather event, all this rain and chill. I think that the turnout tonight demonstrates just how much resilient public interest there is in this issue, notwithstanding the rather turbulent treatment climate change has had at the hands of our political system over the last few years. When I look back to the 2007 election campaign and recall that both major parties took to that campaign an emissions trading scheme, and then look at what's happened since, certainly one, probably two federal political leaders owe the loss of their positions, I think, to this political issue, which is a pretty serious batting average, particularly if you happen to be an odourless, colourless gas. Now, as you can see, we have an absolute embarrassment of expertise on the stage this evening, not including myself, so I don't propose to take up too many more of the precious minutes that we have. We're going to start from this end and head to the other end, hearing 2 minutes from each panellist with their answer to the question, leadership and climate change. Does anyone really have the courage to take it on?